Good morning from sunny and finally cooling down Arizona. It's 77 degrees early in the morning, but hey, this is better than 100 degrees, so I'm happy. I'm Alene, I'm a jewelry designer, and of course I'm from Arizona. Today we're going to talk about how to choose your necklace pendant based on the clasp. And this is really, I think, a frustration of mine, so that's why I changed the way I designed. I'm going to show you a piece that was given to me. This is very tiny. Maybe here, let me put my hand in front of it so you can see it. Look at how tiny that clasp is. I mean, seriously, I could barely hook this up watching it in front of me, maybe with a magnifying glass, but I certainly could not hook that up trying to put it behind me. No, doesn't work. So with that in mind, over the years, when I started designing, I knew one thing I wanted to do was use a bigger clasp that would not frustrate people when they were trying to wear their jewelry. We want to have fun and feel good in our jewelry. We don't have to wait for somebody to have to put it on us. So anyway, with that in mind, I wanted to show you one of the first tips I'm going to give you, and that is when you look at the clasp. Now this of course is a larger clasp, obviously. When you look at the clasp and you're purchasing this, then if you have a chance to test it, if you know it's large enough, then you're fine. But if you have a chance to test it, make sure you test it behind your back and make sure that it hooks up easily, which this one does, of course. And then you know when you get it home that it's going to be fine. Now I'm going to move this down so you can see some of the other clasps as we get going here. Okay, this is perfect, I think. That's better. Now in the center here, I wanted you to see this is kind of the progression of what we call the lobster clasp. This little tiny guy, he's even bigger, a lot bigger than the one that I showed you on that gold and turquoise necklace earlier. Obviously, I'm not going to use anything like this. On occasion, this has been used for certain pieces, but even that's too tiny, so gone. These are the two pieces, lobster clasp pieces, that I use. This one right here, you can see how large it is. It's so easy to put on. Here's an example. Actually, this is the other one, but it's still the large one that you can see that's on this necklace here. Very easy to slip on. The other second type is what we call a toggle clasp, and that's two pieces that look just like this, and this one just slips inside this. Easy, easy peasy. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and here I'm just going to show you a piece that I designed, and here is the clasp. One thing to keep in mind on this kind of a clasp, the length of the piece is the length of the piece. You don't have any give there as far as trying to make it shorter or longer on your neck. But this is so simple to put on. Another version of this, and you will see some of these around, is putting the toggle on the front of the piece. Here's a piece done in picture jasper. I put the toggle right here. So now all you have to do is slip this in, and then you've got your piece, and it's done. Easy, because you're hooking it up from the front. So that's one of the things I wanted you to see. The other kind of clasp is a magnetic clasp, which in theory sounds good, and I have used them. This is the one caveat on that. I want you to see, as soon as I get it apart, this one right here has what we call a catch on it, and if you're going to purchase anything with magnetic, make sure it has a catch. The reason for that is no matter how strong that magnet is, someday it's going to pop apart, and if it pops apart and there's no catch, then your piece is gone. So if you've got the catch in there, at least it's still held together. So just keep that in mind. Now I also started designing my own clasps, again, because I was frustrated. So this is a sample of my clasp. I have a whole line of designs called Sacred Spiral, and so this particular one is based around the spiral. and just a very simple clasp. I'm going to just show you a piece here. This would be on the end. You just hook it, and if you want to cinch it a little bit, you can cinch that to keep it tight. Not a problem, it's not going to hurt it any. And then you can uncinch it to unhook it, and then you've got your piece. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing a little bit about how to help you choose some of the jewelry, artisan jewelry especially, but any jewelry, as far as looking at that clasp. So hopefully you will take that information and do with it what you can. I'd love to have you subscribe up here, also to like the video, share it with anybody you'd like, that would be terrific, and look for more tips on jewelry and also on gemstones. Thank you.